we're going to be discussing on another important topic that has to do with our way of life, which I called attitude. And today we are going to actually watch a kind of short clip that will actually help us to understand the importance of attitude. And for those that are joining online, thank you for joining. For those that are on site, thank you. And today will be educative one more time as we discuss on attitude. Like the last edition, we talked about leadership skills. And one of the attributes that can make a leader to be effective is what we call attitude. And I'm going to dive into what attitude is all about, the importance of attitude, and the need to actually develop a very good attitude towards a successful career. So in today's expectation, we'll be having definition on attitude. Then we talk about how to develop your attitude, which is very key and important. And at the same time, we're going to discuss on benefits of positive attitudes. What are the benefits that you can derive from positive attitude? And also, we talk about steps to improving your attitude. Steps to improving your attitude. And also, we talk about how you can banish negative thoughts. This is actually very important. How can you banish negative thoughts? And also, we talk about effect of your attitude on others and vice versa. The effect, your attitude has effects on others, and others' attitude also have effects on you. So this and the last one, we talk about productive versus unproductive attitude. Like I said, it promises to be educative and enlightening. Presentation, you will see the need why you will see the need for you to develop a positive attitude in your career. So these are, and at the same time, we're going to watch the story of a man called Jerry from United States. We're going to watch the story of the man called Jerry, and that is what I'm actually going to start with. Who is Jerry? Let us quickly watch the video, the story of Jerry. And after watching, we are going to learn how attitude can actually influence your life, how attitude can actually bring a lot of opportunities to you. It's just a very short clip, like 6 minutes.
So this is the story of a manager of a restaurant in America. Let's call him Jerry.
Jerry is his name.
So Jerry is always in a good mood and always has something positive to say. When someone would ask him how he was doing, he would always reply, "If I were any better, I would be twins." And many of the waiters at his restaurant quit their jobs when he changed jobs. They would follow him around from restaurant to restaurant. The reason the waiters followed Jerry was because of his attitude. He was a natural motivator. If an employee was having a bad day, Jerry was always there, telling the employee how to look on the positive side of the situation. Seeing his style really made me curious. So one day I went up to Jerry and asked him, "I don't get it. No one can be a positive person all of the time.
Of course.
How do you do it?" And Jerry replied, "Each morning I wake up and I say to myself, I have two choices today.
Yeah.
I can choose to be in a good mood, or I can choose to be in a bad mood. I always choose to be in a good mood. Each time something bad happens, I can choose to be a victim, or I can choose to learn from it. I always choose to learn from it. Every time someone comes to me complaining, I can choose to accept their complaining, or I can point out the positive side of life. I always choose the positive side of life." "But it's not always that easy," I protested. "Yes, it is," Jerry said. "Life is all about choices. When you cut away all the junk, every situation is a choice. You choose how you react to situations. You choose how people will affect you. You could choose to be in a good mood or a bad mood. It's your choice how to live your life. Several years later, I heard that Jerry accidentally did something you're never supposed to do in the restaurant business in New York. He left the back door of his restaurant open one morning and was robbed by three armed men. While trying to open the safe, his hand, shaking from nervousness, slipped off the combination. The robbers panicked and shot him. Luckily, Jerry was found quickly and was rushed to the hospital. After 18 hours of surgery and weeks of intensive care, Jerry was released from the hospital with fragments of the bullets still in his body. I saw Jerry about 6 months after the accident. When I asked him how it was, he replied, "If I were any better, I would be doing this. Want to see my scars?" I declined to see his wounds, but did ask him what had gone through his mind as the robbery took place. The first thing that went through my mind was that I should have locked the back door. Jerry replied. Then, after they shot me, as I lay on the floor, I remembered that I had two choices. I could choose to live or choose to die. I chose to live. Weren't you scared? I asked. Jerry continued. The paramedics were great. They kept telling me I was going to be fine. But when they wheeled me to the emergency room, and I saw the expressions on the faces of the doctors and nurses, I got really scared. In their eyes, I could read, "He is a dead man." I knew I needed to take action. So what did you do? I asked. Well, there was a big nurse shouting questions at me, said Jerry. She asked if I was allergic to anything. Yes, I replied. What was that? The doctors and nurses stopped working as they waited for my reply. I took a deep breath and yelled, "Bullets." Over their laughter, I told them I'm choosing to live. Please operate on me, as if I am alive, not dead. Jerry lived thanks to the skill of his doctors, but also because of his amazing attitude. You see, life. I learned from him that every day you have the choice to either enjoy your life or to hate it. The only thing that is truly yours, that no one can control or take from you is your attitude. Your attitude. So if you can take care of that, everything else. There are a lot to learn from Jerry's story about attitude, as I said. So as I want to keep Jerry's story, because as we progress in this discussion, we're going to be referring to Jerry, what we can learn from Jerry's story. And as many that are online, you can actually be posting comments on things that you have learned from the story of Jerry. And people on site too that are willing to contribute can also contribute. Don't forget, the discussion is attitude. And we just watch Jerry's story about how Jerry was actually influencing people. As they move from one restaurant to another, people follow him. Why? Because of his attitude. And that is one thing we need to learn. So we'll be talking about attitude. That is, the Jerry story is just to open the floor. Now, what is attitude? Attitude is your outlook on life, how you respond to people and events. Most importantly, attitude guided by your mind. The way you respond to people, the way you respond to people, the way you respond to events has something to do with your attitude. As I want to keep Jerry's story, because as we progress in this discussion, we're going to be referring to Jerry, what we can learn from Jerry's story. And as many that are online, you can actually be posting comments on things that you have learned from the story of Jerry. And people on site too that are willing to contribute can also contribute. Don't forget, the discussion is attitude. And we just watch Jerry's story about how Jerry was actually influencing people.
As they move from one restaurant to another, people follow him. Why? Because of his attitude. And that is one thing we need to learn. So we'll be talking about attitude. That is the Jerry story is just to open the floor. Now, what is attitude? Attitude is your outlook on life, how you respond to people and events. Most importantly, attitude guided by your mind. The way you respond to people, the way you respond to people, the way you respond to events has something to do with your attitude. If you have a positive attitude, you tend to respond to life positively. Talking about attitude, your attitude are guided by the mind and shaped by emotions in response to events and people. I've seen a lot of people with bad attitude, and because of their bad attitude, it affects the way they respond to events. Some people are not happy to themselves. They are very angry with themselves because of the prevailing situation. And those who are angry on themselves cannot actually make any headway. So attitude has something to do with your emotions. And is that your emotions that will actually create ways in which you respond to events and even people. You know, you see many colleagues at work always very bitter and backtired. No positive attitude. Because of that, it has actually rubbed off on their emotions. It's affecting their productivity. Things are not working out well for them. And as a result of that, they throw anger at anyone. Attitude is key. A positive attitude can benefit career success and empower people to achieve goals more easily. There's no shadow of doubt about that. Attitude. It can actually benefit you, your attitude. It can actually boost your career success and empower people to achieve. Why? Because of this positive attitude. There are attitudes that drive people away, good people. But when you have a positive attitude, then the tendency of you achieving career success is high. Developing productive attitudes and influencing others positively is important. Very key and important. Developing productive attitudes and influencing others positively is important. But as we progress, you will see some positive attitudes that you need to develop. Developing your attitude. They are unique. Attitudes are unique. Why? Because they are developed as a result of emotions. Like I said the other time, many people are angry with life. And that is why you see some people committing suicide. Why? Because they are angry to themselves. They have a bad attitude, and that attitude had actually reflected on their emotions. And there is nothing good they can think of. Nothing good. And as a result of that, the next thing is to commit suicide. Emotion is a state of feeling or conscious mental reaction, whether positive or negative, towards a specific object, person, or event. Emotions. Our emotions is key and important. And our emotions is a product of our attitude. You have a bad attitude, you cannot have good emotions. You have positive attitude, then your emotions will be right. And once your emotion is right, then the tendency of you achieving success will be high. Emotions such as fear, joy, anxiety, and compassion shape feelings about the events and people in your life. That is actually very, very important. When you are fearful, then moving forward becomes difficult. When you are full of anxiety, there is no way you can achieve success because you'll be thinking, if I should do this, what if it does not work? Then the next question I want to ask, what about if it worked? So look at this attitude, like this diagram. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Look at this picture, a cat. A cat in his attitude is thinking very big that no, through my attitude, I can become a lion. The cat is not a lion yet, but his attitude is showing that no, this is the screen, which is your mind. The screen. So the screen, the mind of this cat is saying, no, I may be small, but my attitude towards life is I can be big. So this is not reality yet. But as event unfolds, by and large, this screen that is in this heart, in this cat, after some time, it becomes this. But if you are fearful, a fearful mind will see cat like a lion. Yes, someone that is afraid. When you are afraid, as you are looking at a cat, you'll be seeing a cat as if you are looking at a lion. That is what fear is. Fear is a bad attitude that magnifies your problem. And you need to watch that. What are benefits of a good attitude? Look at this. A positive attitude will say to others, I can achieve success. Some people, they are so angry with themselves and say, no, nothing good can come out. A positive attitude will say, I can achieve success. A positive attitude is saying, I can be liberated. A positive attitude helps you to achieve goals and attain success. Positive attitude empowers you to succeed faster and more easily. It gives you more energy. Positive attitude inspires and motivates others. This has always been my way of life. Have positive attitude towards something, great thing comes out of it. Having positive attitude towards life is key and important. When your attitude is positive, it will give you more energy to press forward, to press further. When your attitude is positive, it builds greater inner power and strength in you. When your attitude is positive, it enables you to overcome difficulties, leads to greater happiness in life and work. I remember there was a project I was working on, and we started with just a state, and by the virtue of the way we did, and the donor said, you did well in the states. Can you actually do the 36 states? And when I heard that, I began to process. But I discussed with someone, and that person said, hey, you know what you faced when you were implementing the state, and now they are offering 36 states. Do you think you can do it? And I responded at that person. I told that person that they said, yes, I can do it. I can do it. That is positive attitude towards life. To the glory of God, we did it. We did it. So that is what positive attitude. Positive attitude will say, it enables you to overcome difficulties. It leads to greater happiness. When we finish that project of 36 states, I took a very deep breath and said, thank God we did it. That is what positive attitude can do for you. Positive attitude. Negative circumstances impact attitude. They say down days are normal, but most people need to work at looking for the bright side of life. Down days, like Jerry, like the video clip we watch, someone asked Jerry, say, Jerry, are you always happy every time? Jerry said, no. But something I have power over my emotions. I have power over my attitude. I can choose to be happy all day long, and I can choose otherwise. But the bottom line is, down days are normal. But you need to do what? People need to work at looking for the bright side of life. There will always be bright side of life. Attitude is key. So negative circumstances impact attitude. But when you develop a thick skin towards bad attitude, then you rewrite your story. And this is changing your attitude. You need to change your attitude. Changing your attitude. Key and important. Now, let me talk about steps to improving your attitude, which is key and important. What are the steps that you need to take for you to improve your attitude? Number one, visualize the attitude you want to improve. Yes, that's it. Say, I always feel very sad. It's a bad attitude. I'm not always friendly. I'm not accommodating. It's a bad attitude. I don't usually offer free hand to people. It's a bad attitude. Then you need to visualize it. Visualize the attitude you want to improve. Oh, I'm not always time conscious. It's a bad attitude. So you need to visualize that. When you visualize it, that is the first step you take. That no, these are bad attitude. Let me tell you, because people who are doing bad things know that they are doing bad things. Yes. Some people, because they know that they have bad attitude, they usually hide those bad attitudes. They know. So any attitude you know people complain at, like some of the ones that I just mentioned, you can improve on them. But the first step is for you to visualize it. I remember growing up, I'm actually a kind of person with hot-tempered, very hot-tempered. If you step on my toes, I cut it off. That was my attitude then. If you do anything wrong, forget it. So hot-tempered. So because of that, I do a lot of, what's it called, rubbish things, fight people and things like that. But it got to a time I said, calm down. But you can't continue this way. Else, the people that will even help you, you are going to fight them. And that is the problem some people are having. People who ought to render them help, they have fought them because of bad attitude, and they will now be struggling. Visualize the attitude you want to improve, step one. Step two, resolve to adopt those attitudes you want to improve. It's a resolution. Now, using myself as an example, I resolved not to be hungry. I resolved not to be hungry. So as a matter of fact, I decided that no, I resolved not to be hungry. And I worked on it. So this is actually, so I decided to resolve not. This is just one out of many bad attitudes I have then. Then I don't make friends. Then I don't make friends, because when you are hot-tempered, when you are always angry, definitely there's no way you can make good friends. But resolve to adopt those attitudes you want to improve. That's step two. Step three, use the image of the ideal you as a model for your behavior. Come to think of it now. Many times when I drive, some road users that you share road with, they will be wrong and they will still be abusing you. I look at them, I smile, and I drive away. That's always my response to attitude. Because why? I have power over my attitude. So use the image of the ideal you as a model for your behavior. That's one thing. So the ideal you could be accommodating. The ideal you could be friendly. The ideal you could be time conscious. So you are to use the image of the ideal you as a model for your behavior. And these are steps to improving your attitude. And choose to create a positive atmosphere around you. This is key and important, especially in career. Some people are so hostile to the extent that hardly will you see good people around them. Some people, they are the lion of the tribe of their organization. If you are a boss, you are a leader, try as much as possible to create a positive atmosphere around you. Try as much as possible, at least to some level, to be accommodating. It's key and important. Then surround yourself with positive people. When you surround yourself with mediocres, you will think like one. Yes. When you surround yourself like mediocres, you will think like one. I remember a story of an eagle with a chicken. A farmer was hunting sometimes, and the farmer got the egg of an eagle and brought it home. The farmer brought the egg of that eagle, brought it home, and put it under a hen for it to fertilize it. So eventually, the hen brooded over the eggs alongside with other chicken's egg and was fertilized. And gradually, the chicken and its children, the higu baby also was growing among the chicken, you know, it was growing among the chicken. So many a times when the higu comes, you know, that higu baby and higu chicks usually run away from the higu. You know, Yoruba will call it asha. But there was a time as the higu was actually drinking, so that small eagle saw its image while drinking and said, it's as if I look like that eagle in the sky that usually terrorizes us. Say then, if I look like it, why should I be running away from it? What am I saying? Because that eagle grew among chickens, so it was behaving like chicken. But lo and behold, when the eagle chicken resolved that when next that big eagle comes, I won't run away. I will wait and see what will happen. Lo and behold, when that same eagle came, that baby chicken did not run away. And when the eagle saw it that this is my child, rather than killing it, it took it away. What am I saying? When you surround yourself with mediocres, you behave like one. That's just the rule. So surround yourself with positive people. That's the key. Don't surround yourself with people that do not believe in you. Surround yourself with positive people. When you surround yourself with positive people, you will discover that you begin to think like them. I don't surround myself with mediocres. No. I don't want to be contaminated. I don't want any virus because I have power to choose my friend. Just the same way I have power over my attitude. So surround yourself with positive people. Look at this. You need to banish this negative thought. I cannot do it. I am not worthy. I must be perfect. Nobody loves me. I am not good enough. I must not make a mistake. All these are negative thoughts. Make a mistake. Give a trial. Make a mistake. The truth of the matter is, after making that mistake, you have known another way. It can never work. So feel free to make a mistake. And feel free to say, I've made a mistake, and pick up again. Who told you are not good enough? Nobody loves me. These are negative thoughts. I must be perfect. Rome was not built in a day. It's only God that is perfect. Start with something. I can't do it. I am not worthy. These are what? These are negative thoughts. I cannot do it. No. Actually, I have actually developed a very thick skin to giving up. I used to tell friends around me, I said, forget me, I don't give up easily. I remember in 2018, I was writing a proposal. I wrote that proposal. I finished. It was a day to the deadline of the proposal. And lo and behold, a day to the deadline, I don't know what happened to my laptop. Everything crashed. The proposal I've been writing for like 2-3 weeks. And tomorrow will be the deadline. When my laptop crashed, I closed that laptop. I went somewhere. I took a very deep breath. Then you know what? I started again. So I couldn't sleep overnight. I started again. I wrote. Lo and behold, it was one of the proposals God helped me to win. It was one of the proposals God helped me to win. Now the question is, what about if I had given up? There is a thought that will tell you, you have tried your best. You don't need to start again. And I can't tell you what that singular proposal has brought my way. Many opportunities. What am I saying this? I'm saying that banish negative thought. Thought that will say you cannot meet up the deadline again. Banish it. Thoughts that will say nobody loves me, banish it. Thoughts that will say I'm not good enough, banish it. Thoughts that will say I must not make a mistake, banish it. So these are negative thoughts. Let's have this. So in responding to that, stand up or stand up straight, soldiers high. That's it. Like I told you, my personal experience, what I just shared, I took a very deep breath. Then I started again. Lo and behold, I met the deadline. Lo and behold, that proposal was approved. It was that proposal I gave the instance at the beginning that after implementing that, they said, can you do this in 36 states? That was the proposal. One state, I was writing for one state then. And after writing that, and we implemented well, and they said, can you implement 36 states? What am I saying? Banish negative thoughts. There were thoughts then say, can you meet up? There were thoughts in my mind saying, can I said, no, can you meet up? I was that. I said, well, let me give it a try. I gave. I sat up. I stood up straight. My soldiers high. I did it with the help of God. And it has become history now. Take a deep breath. That's what I did. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. That's a deep breath. Take it, a deep breath, and let it out slowly. So anything that is troubling you, take a deep breath, let it out slowly. Laugh aloud. As many people that are very closer to me, we agree with me that I smile a lot. Yes. Like there is a book that says it takes 62 muscles to frown. And it takes like 32 muscles to smile. As a matter of fact, I like, yes, I smile a lot. I smile a lot. Even, I think I was in a place today for a checkup, and that man just said, you know, some of the time the way nurses be, he just started ranting. And she was ranting, I just smiled at her. So when she noticed that I smiled, she changed her countenance and said, the person I'm actually ranting at smiled at me. So that is it. I have power over my attitude. I have power over my attitude. So that was how, so the woman now looked at me and said, and we settled everything. If it were to be others, would have been shouting and ranting. Never allow negative thoughts to hijack your life. Even if you are facing challenges, be strong. Sit up, stand up straight, soldiers high. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Laugh aloud. Focus on what is good. It's key and important. Focus on what is good. Then the last one, take care of yourself. It's key and important. Take good care of yourself. I used to tell people, in taking care of yourself, you've got to be selfish. Yes. In taking care of yourself, you've got to be selfish. What does that mean to be selfish? I remember before I got to this level, I had a challenge, or I had one challenge. I don't know how to say no. Because of what I get engaged in, Festus, please, can you help me to do this? Yes. Festus, can you help me to do that? Yes. Festus, can you help me to do that? Attitudes are contagious. Before I show what I say, look at this. You become what you surround yourself with. I think I've spoken on that. Energies are contagious. Choose carefully. Your environment will become you. Great. Your environment becomes you. Like I said, I choose friends and the kind of people that surround me. Why? Because I know attitude are contagious. If you are among lazy minds, anytime you want to take a bold step, those words that they have put in you about laziness will hinder you. You become what you surround yourself with. Energies are contagious, so as attitude too. Look at this. They put heads together, and what is in this person's head is actually flowing. It's actually flowing into his head. Why? Attitude is contagious. Yes. I think I was telling some people, that person was about to relocate, so to say. And I said, as you live here, don't forget that when you find yourself around among hardworking people, you are likely to be hardworking. When you surround yourself among mediocres, yes, mediocrity is likely to find its way into your life. You become what you surround yourself with. Energies are contagious. Choose carefully. Your environment will become what? Will become you. So attitude are contagious. Say, one person's attitude has a powerful influence on the attitude of others. Yes, a person's attitude has a powerful influence on the attitude of others. Yes, if you are the head of an organization and you're very lazy, there's every likelihood that that laziness flows down from the head down. And if you are hardworking, there's every likelihood that some serious-minded people can follow suit. So what am I saying? Attitudes are contagious. One person's attitude has a powerful influence on the attitude of others. If your feelings show positive attitude, people respond to it in such a manner and vice versa. Yes. If your feelings show positive attitude, people respond to it in such manner and vice versa. If your feelings, so people respond to you based on your attitude. Some people, they fight themselves, they fight God because they are not having helpers and say, because of their attitude. It's key and important. So attitude are contagious. Now, attitude and your career, I need to speak of this. A positive attitude is one of the most important factors that influence a person's success. Relationship is key. And the kind of relationship you keep has something to do with your emotions. So relationship is key. I have worked with a lot of people that even after 3-4 years of working together, we are still in good terms. Relationship, attitudes. It either affects your career positively. If you have positive attitude, it affects your career. Because everything in this world thrives on relationship. A positive attitude is one of the most important factors that influence a person's success. An individual's attitude and values help to determine how to focus and dedicate the worker and how the worker will be, or he or she will fit into the workplace team, and how effective the worker will be in developing trusting, pleasant relationships with clients and customers. Maintaining a positive attitude will have a favorable impact on your career development. Very key. No one can say in this world, no one can say that person gets to the top in isolation. No. It's only God that is supreme. It's only God that does not need any help. As humans, you need people's recommendation, someone to recommend you for something. So this is key and important. Maintaining a positive attitude will have a favorable impact on you. I have recommended a lot of people for many jobs. Until tomorrow, I will not recommend some people. It's not because I'm wicked. No. It's just because of their attitude. Because I wouldn't want someone that will go and spoil my reputation and integrity. No, I won't. And ditto to everybody. Even in place of work, I have worked with many bosses, so to say, that will say, because of this, your attitude, I won't promote you. Yeah, attitude is key. I have worked with many people who say, because of this, your attitude, I will increase my salary. Yeah, I will increase your salary. And there's nothing anybody can do to that. And because, see, I've worked with a lot of people. Because of good attitude, they were promoted, and because of bad attitude, they were demoted. Yes, that is how the life has been designed. Attitude. Maintaining a positive attitude will have a favorable impact on your career development. As we begin to round up, we say our attitudes are the wings on which our talents and careers fly or drive. I've worked with brilliant people, brilliant-minded people. But the truth of the matter is they lack attitude. And most of the recommendations that ought to come their way for the next promotions, some people are denied. Why? Because of bad attitudes. Said our attitudes are the wings on which our talents and careers flies or drive. We shouldn't forget this. Another thing, say your attitude influences others. I said it the other time. It's vice versa. Attitudes are catching. I have many examples here. Example, when the leader or a member of a group lets his or her positive attitude show, the effect on the group can be electric. Correct. The same thing is applicable to lecturers. We're having many bad people today because many people are having bad attitudes. And majority wants to retaliate. He said, when the leader or member of a group lets his or her positive attitude show, the effect on the group can be electric. He said, being lost in a blizzard is a stormy wind, Said, one mountain climber, because of his positive attitude, inspired the others to make the effort required for survival. It's like a mountain climber got lost in the wind. And because of his attitude, others make effort required for that mountain climber to survive. Many people, because of their bad attitude, even if they do not come to work for 2, 3 months, no one will feel them because they are bad, because of their bad attitude. Another example, a positive team spirit and high morale contribute to effective job performance. Key. Positive team spirit and high morale contribute to effective job performance. So attitude affects the way you work, the way people assist you in that work, you do attitude. And lo and behold, someone was watching. I remember the story of a story I read about the former vice president, Professor Yemi Osibajo. He said when he was in Lagos, I think as commissioner, I can't remember the position he was holding. He said he had a secretary. That secretary, secretary, he's not even senior secretary, a very junior secretary. He said, but Oshiba said he used to close late at work, but here is this junior secretary. He will not go home. He will be working. But the guys at the top, the senior secretary, once it is 4, they close shop, so to say. By and large, things change. The Oshibajo became what's it called? The vice president, and someone just called, say, please, I need a secretary that will be working, I think in Switzerland or World Bank, Switzerland. Now, can you recommend someone? He said he never thought twice. He remembered that junior typist that used to stay late in the office. He said he reached out to him, and lo and behold, that junior secretary went to Switzerland with his family. See, attitude is key. I look at people who are very indolent, lazy to work. They think they are doing another person. They've forgotten the fact that they are doing themselves. A positive team spirit and high moral contribute to effective job performance. So people say, how much am I collecting that I will now kill myself? Continue. You don't know the next person that is actually watching. You think you are trying to sabotage the effort of your employer. Continue. You're only wasting your time. Attitude is key. And that's why I said attitudes are catching. Because you don't know the next person watching. Like I said attitudes of others affect you. Look at this. My attitude is a result of your actions. So if you don't like my attitude, blame yourself. Say, my attitude. I have a boss that usually say this. Say, my attitude is as a result of your actions. So if you don't like my attitude, you are to blame yourself because I'm relating to you based on your attitude. So if you don't like the way I'm relating with you, instead of you blaming me, do what? Blame yourself. And that's why I said attitude of others affect you. So you may not like to admit it, but it's the truth. What people think about something could affect what we think about it. I'll take that again. You may not like to admit it. What people think about something, could affect what we think about it. Yeah. And that is why I try to guard my heart for me to be able to have my own reasoning so that what people think about something will not actually affect my thinking. If you walked up to me and say someone is bad, I said, that person is bad. Okay, fine. But I won't relate with that person you said that is bad based on the information. I want that person to prove to me that he or she is bad. You might be thinking, forget. You may not like to admit it. What people think about something could affect what we think about it. Negative opinions cause the greatest attitude shift, not just from good to bad, but also from bad to worse. Negative opinions. I cited some the other time. I cannot make it. I cannot do it perfectly well. All these I can. Those bad thoughts, you've got to banish them. You do have a choice. I will take you back to Jerry's story. Jerry said, I have a choice over my attitude. If you remember, Jerry said it in the story what he said, you do have a choice. You can walk away or simply ignore what you see or hear. Or you might turn the entire dialogue around by voicing positive comments. You have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice over your attitude. You have a choice. You can walk away or simply ignore what you see or you hear. Or you might turn the entire dialogue around by voicing positive comments. When people say, this is not working, this I have contrary opinion. In my own time, it will work. I used to tell people, forget, like take for instance, gone are the days when we use ATMs. When someone, you queue on the ATM, some people will put their card and say, it's not dispensing. I say, no, forget. I will try. Because I know I am different. And many times I've tried this. How did you do it? Yes, it must. It's all about attitude. When they say something cannot work, I'm very stubborn. It has to work. Yes, it has to work. I don't take no for an answer. So this is where we'll be rounding up. I did something productive versus unproductive attitude. So it is not word and opposite this time around. No. These are productive attitudes. These are unproductive attitudes. Enthusiastic. You're always happy and interested in something. Confident. I fight people who usually brings people's morale down. I fight them. And as a matter of fact, I'm telling you too, you don't allow anybody to touch your confidence level. I have actually built myself to that level that no, you dare not. You cannot touch my confidence. No, you cannot bring down my confidence level. It is not being proud. It's just that you know who you carry. And that is why if I discover that you are the type that wants to bring me down, I stand tall. It's my life. Confidence. You are confident of yourself that this thing can work. I can do this thing. You should not allow anybody to bring that. Kind-hearted. Yeah. Kind-hearted. Supportive. Some people, they will never support if money is not involved. It's a bad attitude. I do a lot of pro bono for people. A lot. Some people are not supportive if there is no cover. You must be supportive because you don't know the next person that is watching. Helpful, ditto. Cherry, interested, considerate, easygoing, patient, friendly, engaging. I got a job, and that person actually called me if I was interested in that job. Why? Because I was engaging. That person just says, there's an organization that wants to do A, B, C, and D. Are you interested? I said, because you attended one program the other time. It's been long. You attended the program, and I like the way you were engaging, the way you were discussing issues, trashing issues. So that's why I just say, lo and behold, that's the job I'm doing today. Engaging. Some people will attend a program, they will be docile. Why do you need to be docile? It's not being, you must have something to bring to the table. Engaging is a productive attitude. Friendly, easygoing, considerate, interested, cheery, helpful, supportive, kind-hearted, confident, and so these are positive attitudes that you need to actually work on. Talking about unproductive and envious, some people are like that. They want to bring down your ego, say, what is it? What is it? What is it doing that we cannot do? It's not that they are trying to, it's because they are envious. They are disrespectful, conceited. What does that mean? Excessively proud of oneself, vain. These are bad attitudes. Apathetic, showing or feeling no interest. Rude, fearful, sarcastic, angry, agitated, impatient, pessimistic, anxious. Some people are pessimistic and say, no, nothing good can come out of it. They just, so all these things are actually very key and important, which we need to take cognizance of. So this is the last one. My final word. This is the final word. Attitude is key. We thrive on recommendations. We must not allow anything to tamper with our attitude is key and important. We got to work on our attitude is very important because the level at which in which we will go. And as a leader too, attitude is key. Attitude is key and important. I hope you have learned something. I don't know if there are any questions, maybe online questions, contributions, so that we can. All right.
Thank you for this wonderful session with me.
Thank you.
Grateful for the privilege. My own question is just this. Where I was in an environment, when I got to the place, as a culture Yoruba man, when you get to you observe the environment first. So when I observe the environment, I understood the environment. I just assume that the people that are there, they are just doing their normal thing. I don't know that they are acting to maintain status quo.
Cool. Okay.
And I'm the type that I don't maintain status quo. I just do things at my own way, based on my own conscience. But the person in M of affairs kept shutting me down. So I just tried to understand why is the person doing this. Then I got the feedback for that. So you think that we are quiet, you thought we are full, we are non-entity. Now that you see for yourself. And because of that, I don't want I got to know that in the whole environment, they have known the person for that attitude. And I don't want a case where they are going to use me to settle scores. So I will just try to maneuver my way, avoid occasion of confrontation and the rest, except they ask me for my opinion. I reserve my opinion to myself. But God answered my prayer. Suddenly, I was removed. In fact, when I was removed from the place, I was told to go to another place for like 3 weeks. Gradually, 2 weeks turned to a month, 3 months, 6 months. And where I was, I find myself, at my pace. Of course, I was told to work with Mr. A. But why working with Mr. A? Why Mr. B, A, B, C are not calling me? I work with them because that's me. In fact, they even give me name that he's jack of all trades. Don't concern me out. Since he has nothing to do with my health or with the welfare of others. But later on, I got back to my starting point again. And that's of the reason something just happened. They are asking for our opinion, and as they are asking for our opinion in subject matter, I've already noted down some pattern things. So, but I still have to observe, let people talk first, especially people to Arabic. But I discovered that some things that they are not speaking out. So but I'm saying it for the benefit of others, so that everybody, for the growth of the environment, of the organization. Suddenly, the person in the end of affair just slightly shut me down. How do you say that the word you are using is a mistake? You are asked to present it this way. But the thing is, if I didn't say it that way, how will I know that I'm making a mistake next time? If I don't say it that way, how will other people benefit? Because we are almost forgetting that subject matter. I see that was not enough. After the whole meeting, the person still called me inwardly and trying to scold me in his own sense, but me, you don't even concern me. To the person who was scolding me, but to me, I see it as nothing. And after that, those people that are there, they come to me. We've told you used your oversight, to you don't say anything outside. So, but you see now, see how they are scolding you like the last one of the family. But to me, I've made up my mind. I will continue my own pace. Your own attitude will not put me down.
Correct.
However, there is something that is now key now. Another person that has a very positive attitude in that environment saw my countenance and saw where I'm coming from. That it's not that I'm trying to smart everybody, but for the growth of the environment. But you have to correct this thing. And if you are not taking action, not for your own sake, but for the sake of others, so that other people will grow. You are above this thing, but so that other people might not be able to do what you are doing, you have to address it. And the person on my behalf took it up. Now the question, the dilemma now is, they might call for witnesses. And while I've been running away from all this time, I don't want them to use my name to set this course. If I'm not summoned to panel to higher authority that is higher than this person now, I don't want anyone to use me.
All right.
So what should I do in that case? Because from the look of things, before the end of this month or first, am I likely going to be summoned to? So I don't know how I'm going to navigate it.
All right. Thank you for that input. Number one thing, you try to build your confidence level to the extent that nobody can bring you down. I think I said that. Yes. It's key and important. I actually worked on myself. And I resolved that there's nobody that can actually bring me down. He's not being arrogant this time around. Some people, because they have been warned, let me put it that, because they have been warned. Let me tell you a story of a city. The story of the women, there were women in that city. And one day, hooligans came to that city and raped all the women. They raped all the women. Now, after that scenario, the women now called gathering of, dialogue, that how that we should actually tell our husband that because of this, because in short, they decided to say everyone were raped. But there was a woman that came out and said, as for me, I was not raped because I fought. One out of many women that said, I was not raped because I did what? Because I fought. Do you know what other women did? The other women gang together and killed that singular woman. He said, so if you say you were one out of many, you were not raped, then our husband will now be saying, why didn't we also fight? What am I saying? People can gang up and kill the truth. But anywhere you find yourself, always be ready to tell the truth. Never allow anybody to cage you. They might say, are we baboons? Are we, what's it called? Are we fools? I've not called them fool, but they are one. Because as you have painted the story, one person cannot actually hijack the process. I have worked in many places. I was working under a boss then. And this, my boss I was working on, had another boss up. But me, there is something in me that usually calls for expression. That no, when things are not working, this thing has to work. And I discovered that my immediate boss was actually dragging me back. I said, I can't work in this situation. No. I do not have part 2 of life. My time is counting. My years are counting. I have many things to achieve in life. I can't be working with a mediocre. Your own mediocrity. Don't forget I said your attitude affects others and vice versa. Say, no, your own mediocrity cannot put me in the box. You know what I did? I put down my Oga silently aside, that my immediate Oga silently aside. I walked up to the overall Oga that I know shares my vision. You know what that overall Oga said? I have been watching you. I thought you will not want to break loose. Don't worry. Put that to your Oga aside. Anything you have in mind, come directly to me and discuss with me. Lo and behold, it was no more than 2-3 months that I was made to become the same with that my former immediate Oga. I just told you true life story. It was not up to 3 months that I was made that I was taken out of that my Oga and we now became the same. That I was not taken. What am I saying? Many people fool themselves because they have allowed someone that claims authority, so to say. Many people don't want to break loose, and that is how devil does too. But as a matter of fact, it's really that you need to build your self-confidence to say, no, I will not be put under the mat. We do not have forever. The only thing is, do what you know how to do best. Be diligent. When you are diligent, people will tell you, are you the only one? When you are lazy, people will tell you, you are wasting your time. Nothing to do. But be yourself. Be yourself. Wherever you are being called upon, maybe any panel, express your mind. I have no harm. This is me. These are my goals. If your overall boss have that understanding, you just might say, let it go. I just told you the story of my life. Many people limit their growth, thinking that there are some people that are determining the extent at which they grow. I tell people, no one can stop anybody. Forget it. If I say I want to stop you and I stretch my hand, this is the limitation in which I can stop you. There's still space there. There's still space there. If I say, I don't want you to go, I want to stop you, this is the limitation at which I can stop you. We still have more space there. We still have more space there. Forget it. So you don't allow anybody to bruise you. If you are being called for anything, explain. I said this, and this, and this, and this is what I've been noticed, and this is what is in my mind for the growth of, if it is an organization or whatever, for the growth of this organization, for the growth of this church, for the growth of this mosque and things like that. This is what I want to achieve. You explain your goals, because lo and behold, I have advised many people that people with bad attitude usually does not actually want people to outshine them. It's an attitude. I'm telling you, it's an attitude. I've worked with people like that. I've worked with many like that. I just put them aside, continue my thing. That I am shut down today not to talk does not mean I won't talk tomorrow. Forget, I was trained like that. I say, don't talk. You cannot shut me down. It's a level, and it's a level of in which I have built my attitude. I cannot be shut down. I cannot. I can't be shut down, except I don't want to talk. It's not being arrogant. It's being you knowing who you are. So don't allow anybody to shut you down. Be dutiful. Someone is watching. I can't begin to tell you a lot of instances of how I have identified people because of their diligence, and I recommend them. Yes. So it's good to be diligent and be hardworking. There will always be people that will call you workaholic. Fine, good for them. There will always some people that say, hey, you want to outshine us. Good for them. I just told you of the story of that chick that identify itself that, I do not belong to these rogues, to this chicken that cannot fly. I look like that mother eagle that usually torment us. And lo and behold, they said, I didn't even know, said, I won't run away again. Many people do not face their fear. You know the funniest thing? But at the end, after many times had been wasted, that is when they will not regret. I would have faced my fear. And by then, it would have been late. And that is why I tell youths of this generation, face your fear. I think we discussed it in 120 minutes, in one of these. Face your fear. Face it early. Face it early. Some people after their 60, 70 say, hey, I would have. And there's no remedy for I would have. So my advice for you, package your intention, your vision for that organization, your vision for that department, things that are, never allow anybody to shut you down. Pew. Never. Never allow. Never allow. I was talking with some people some back in one work job I was doing. I said, if they sack me today in this organization, give me two months. I will bounce back. Yes. That is the positive attitude of a determined person. I say, because there's some organization that they are very lazy minds. They don't want hardworking people. They don't want to change. They don't want to evolve. And I tell people, if I'm sacked because of my diligence, except if I'm sacked because of corruption, which I will never, that is when I can regret. If I'm sacked because of my doggedness, if I'm sacked because of my hard working, give me 2 months. I will bounce back. And that is key. Never allow anybody to shut you down. Never. Never allow anybody to kill is an attitude. And that is why when I was talking about good attitude, have a good attitude of self-confidence. Be respectful. Where I work, nobody can say I'm disrespectful. I will respect you. That I give you sir does not mean I will respect you. But when it is coming to situations wherein you are touching some kind of you want to I put you in your place. So that would be my advice. And there might be other people watching online to build your self-confidence. Build it. Build it. When you build your self-confidence and you carry yourself with honor, you'll be glad you did. You'll be respected. You'll be respected. So this is key and important. I hope I've answered your question. So this is key and important. Continue. If they tell you workaholic, yes, fine. A time will come when no man shall be able to work. If we don't use our time judiciously now, when are we going to use it? Is it when we are 60, 70? So that would be my advice. Stand tall. I have told you, raise your shoulder, sit up, raise your shoulder high. Invest in